What I'm about to tell you might explain why everything feels like it's falling apart. And before you click away thinking this is yet another political rant, stick with me because this isn't about left versus right. This is about a pattern that's been destroying civilizations for thousands of years. And it's happening right now, right in front of our eyes. Here's something most people never think about. Our entire civilization runs on the balance between two primal emotions: greed and shame. Think about it. Greed drives everything good about human progress, ambition, innovation, and desire to build something better every round. But shame is what stops us from destroying each other in the process. It's the voice inside that says, that's enough. That's not fair. Every parent knows this instinctively. When your kid lies to get what they want, you don't just punish the lying. You're teaching them that some lines cannot be crossed. You're building that internal braking system. But here's a terrifying question. What happens when this brake system never gets installed? When money meets broken morals, picture this: a child grows up with unlimited money, no real consequences, and parents who either worship them or ignore them completely. What do you get? An adult who literally cannot understand why their actions hurt people. We're not talking about regular wealthy people here. We are talking about a specific type, those who have been so insulated from reality that they never developed basic human empathy. Their greed just isn't unchecked, it's weaponized. When these people can't get what they want through normal means, lying becomes as natural as breathing. And when lying isn't enough, they build an entire alternate reality: elaborate schemes, false narratives, army of enablers, all designed to feed an appetite that can never be satisfied. And here's the truly scary part: they genuinely believe they are the smartest people in the room. Always. Because in their world, being rich equals being right about everything. You know what's genuinely terrifying about these people? They make terrible leaders for the same reason they make terrible spouses and parents. They literally cannot imagine what it is like to be you. Think about someone struggling to pay rent, choosing between medicine and groceries, working two jobs just to survive. Now imagine trying to explain that reality to someone who has never experienced a single day of real consequence. It's like describing color to someone born colorblind. But instead of humility about what they don't understand, they double down. They convince themselves that their wealth proves their superiority in all things: politics, science, foreign policy, public health. Doesn't matter. They are rich, so obviously they know better than experts who have spent decades studying these issues. This isn't just about arrogance. Psychologists have documented this exact pattern. These individuals genuinely believe others are envious of them, that their success gives them special insight into everything. It's a complete break from reality, but it's a break that comes with enormous power. So, what happens when one of these people get ultimate power? Here's where it gets really dangerous. Scientists who study climate change, they are a threat. Journalists who fact check statements, they are a threat. Courts that might rule against them, they are a threat. Intelligence agencies with inconvenient information, they are a threat. See a pattern? Anything based on truth, evidence, or accountability becomes an existential enemy. Because truth and narcissistic delusion cannot coexist. We are watching this playbook unfold in real time. Independent journalism becomes fake news. Scientific consensus becomes deep state conspiracy. Democratic norms become obstacles to progress. And here's the kicker: it works. Trust in the institution is at historic lows. When people stop believing in shared truth, democracy dies. Not dramatically, not with tanks in the street. It just dissolves. Now, here is something that will make your blood boil. The people who should be protecting these institutions, that is, other wealthy people, investors, business leaders, they often go along with the destruction. They think they are being smart. Oh, we'll just pay our tribute, get our tax cuts, wait for this to blow over. They convince themselves they can control the chaos, that they can ride the tiger. But here's what history teaches us. When the institutions collapse, they don't collapse selectively. The rule of law that protects your property rights, the same rule of law protects voting rights. The scientific institutions that develop your profitable technologies, same institutions that study climate change. You can't pick and choose which parts of democracy to keep. When everything else falls, we are left with two things: courts and people. That's it. But even those are under attack. Courts are being packed with partisan judges. The Supreme Court, once seen above politics, now openly operates like a political body. We literally have liberal and conservative interpretations of law, which is insane when you think about it. Law should be law. And that leaves us with the people. And here's both the terrifying and hopeful truth. Throughout history, when all institutions fail, the people have always eventually prevailed. Sometimes through elections, sometimes through mass movements, sometimes through methods nobody wants to talk about. You know what makes me really angry about all this? It's that we keep having to relearn the same lesson again and again and again. Our grandparents fought fascists. Our great-grandparents built the institutions that created the most prosperous societies in history. They paid in blood and sacrifice for the freedoms we have inherited. And every few generations, some privileged sociopath comes along and we have to fight the same battle all over again, as if the lessons of history mean nothing, as if the price paid by previous generations were meaningless. But here's what really breaks my heart. It's not just about us. When these cycles happen, entire generations lose their chance at peaceful, prosperous life that democracy promises. Kids growing up today might spend their entire adult lives trying to restore what we are losing right now. So here we are, and we have a choice that we cannot avoid making. By action or inaction, we are going to decide which future we get. Do we let this corruption spread until the only option left is the kind of violent correction that destroys everything good along with everything bad? Or do we find a way right now, while we still can, to restore the balance? Do we rebuild institutions that serve truth instead of power? Do we demand leaders who understand that public service means sacrifice, not personal enrichment? Do we remember that democracy isn't a spectator sport? It requires all of us to be participants? Because here's what I know. History is watching. Future generations are counting on us and the choice we make. The choice we are making right now, every single day, that's what determines whether they inherit democracy's promise or have to pay the terrible price of rebuilding it from the ashes. The question isn't whether we'll make a choice. The question is what choice we'll make. Let me know what you think in the comments.